Hey guys, welcome to my first Talking Tech video. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, get all the information you need so you can go on with what you're trying to do. So first things first, we're going to talk about the torrents. So what these are is it's a file type labeled .tor, and you can find them basically anywhere online on just a regular site. There's a bunch of torrent sites that you can look on. I'll post top my top 5 on the description below. So we'll get right into it. So what a torrent, I already told you, it's a .tor file, and what it uses is a peer-to-peer connection. So what this is the main person uploading this file is going to have it on one of these sites, and as soon as people start downloading it, they will pull his data from his computer, PC, however you want to call it, and they will start downloading it themselves. Most of the time, when they finish downloading it, they will become what is known as a seeder, and they will also distribute the data. So the more seeders we get, so the more people that download the file, the quicker it'll download for most other people. Now, these torrents can come in many forms. Here's just a couple I'll show you on one of my sites. So we have a bunch of movies here. Most popular this week is movies all over, foreign movies. Then we have TV shows, music, applications, video games, other, and they just go on and on. So you can find pretty much anything you're looking for on here. So there's many ways to download these, but to download these torrents, you're going to need a client. There are a couple different ones. I use uTorrent, and that allows me to just click on the client and download it right away, and that all seems to work out well. Now, if you're here watching this video, you probably know it can be a little challenging to just simply download a torrent. You're going to need a VPN to go with it. This is to hide any tracers that anybody can see what you've downloaded, and to basically just hide your IP address so nobody knows your exact location. Currently, my VPN is on. It says I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, when in reality I am not. So this is basically what the VPN does is it takes your IP address, which will give anybody who's looking at it your location down to about the city you're in, and if anybody important gets a hold of it, then they can actually find out your exact address of where you're downloading these things. So what you do is you get a VPN, which is a virtual privacy network. Now, the definition of that is it extends a private network across a public network, with the public network being your internet, and it enables users to send and receive data across shared or public networks as if their computing devices were directly connected to a private network. So basically, what that means is it takes your public network, which would be your internet at home or work or wherever you are downloading your torrents, and it makes it so it would be a private network, which is think of a sealed tunnel where your information is going through the center of the tunnel, but nobody on the outside can see what information is going through. Now, there's going to be a couple things you're looking for in a VPN. You're going to look for price, you're going to look for their locations, they have their servers, and you're going to look for if they keep logs. Now, obviously, price is pretty easy to understand. You don't want to pay too much for something that isn't worth it. Secondary, the location is going to change your speed. So if I go to mine here and I open it up, the Chicago is 18 milliseconds, and the lower the number, the better, because this is your connection speed, like your ping. So as you go down and you get further away, you'll get to other countries if your VPN has that, and they'll go very high, which means your connection speed will be a lot slower because it has to reroute to the country and back to your PC and your internet. So that's the second thing you're looking for. The third thing is logs. Now, what a VPN company will do if they take logs will be they will record your actual IP address and keep anything you've grabbed, torrents, other things that you've looked at while the VPN is active. That's what logging is. Now, you're looking for companies that do not log because if they were ever to get audited by a government or something, they would be able to figure out what who downloaded what and when and where they did it. So those are the three things you're going to look for when getting a VPN. If you want me to talk more about VPNs and which ones I recommend compared to which ones I would not recommend, let me know in the comments below. But now I'll show you how easy it is to just grab a torrent. So say I want to download a movie. Let's see, Avengers Endgame. So for me, I just click the magnet torrent because I have this directly connected to my client. It'll start the download right here. It'll download the metadata, which is just the data. So Right now, the seed peer ratio is being found as it downloads. A 0.05005 is a very bad one. You can look down here at all the peers, usually trackers, see who's actually sitting to you, where they're from, and I will cut back to it when this is done downloading. So now it's downloading, I will open it up, and most of the time you're going to get a couple different files, some being subtitles and a couple other things. Looks like this one has an extras for its movie. But what you would do is you'd open up the movie here, the MKV file or MP4 file, depending on what the seeder had downloaded as originally and set it out as. But I won't open this up for copyright purposes, but this is kind of file you should be looking for. All you have to do is double click this and you can watch your movie or show or do whatever you're looking to do. Other torrents will require other things, but most of the times when you download them, the provider will put a little text document like this, and it'll say readme. It'll tell you how to download it, what to do, and it should be pretty self-explanatory from there. If you have any other questions or want me to talk about something else, feel free to let me know in the comments.